Hello, I'm Dr. J and you are watching my YouTube channel. In this video, we will talk about language of contrast. This is part 3. This is language of contrast and this is English grammar course, advanced English grammar course, and in this course I have covered more than 27 common and important grammar topics, and nowadays we are at this one, how to show contrast. Open playlist of my channel and watch complete course in order. Link is given below in the description box. Please subscribe to my channel. Look at description box for updates and links to my Facebook groups. Like and comment to encourage me. Share with other students to help them, and subscribe and press bell icon to get more videos on vocabulary, grammar, writing, speaking, listening and reading also. Despite or in spite of. Despite or in spite of. Both despite and in spite of have same meanings and same use. Both are used to show contrast, like however, but. There are these are there are no these are prepositional expressions, not subordinating conjunctions like although, even though, if. These are prepositional expressions. These are not subordinating conjunctions. It means we can't use a clause after these words because these are prepositional expressions. We need to use noun or noun phrases after them. Let us look. Despite he is weak. He is weak is a clause. We cannot use clause after prepositional expressions like despite or in spite of, so it is wrong. Despite he is weak, he can still run a marathon. This is wrong. Despite he is weak, after despite we can't use clause. In spite of he is weak, the same thing, it is wrong also. If we can't use them in with a clause, then how we can use them? There are three main ways we can use them in a sentence. Number one is despite or in spite of plus a noun. For example, the wrong was he, despite he is weak. So instead of he is weak, that is clause, we can change it into noun. Despite his weakness, despite his weakness, now it is noun, he can still run a marathon. Despite he was hungry, Diana didn't eat pizza. So it is wrong because this is a clause. We can change it into a noun. Despite her hunger, Diana didn't eat pizza. In spite of her hunger, in spite of her hunger. No, it is used as a noun. Here is a noun, so it is correct. In spite of her hunger, Diana didn't eat pizza. Can use them in the center. We can also use them in the center of a sentence. Remember, no comma in this case. We don't use comma when we use them in the center of sentence. Diana didn't eat pizza despite her hunger. Diana didn't eat pizza despite her hunger. Diana didn't eat pizza in spite of her hunger. So we can use despite, we can use in spite of. In the center, when we use in the center, we don't use comma. We also use despite or in spite of plus gerund. This is second form. We can use despite or in spite of plus a gerund. We can change a verb to noun form by adding ing to verb. This is called gerund. So second is, first was changing to a noun and second changing to a gerund. Despite he was hungry, despite she was hungry, this is a clause. It is wrong to use clause with despite or in spite of, so you can use into gerund. Despite being hungry, Diana didn't eat. Despite being hungry, Diana didn't eat. Despite he is weak, he can still run a marathon, so it is wrong. It is a clause. We can change into a gerund. Despite being weak, he can still run a marathon. In spite of I ran fast, I couldn't catch the bus. So it is wrong because this is a clause. We can't use clause with despite or in spite of. We can change it into a gerund. In spite of running fast, I couldn't catch the bus. We can also put them in the center. No comma in this case. I couldn't catch the bus in spite of running fast. So we don't use comma in this case. The third form is despite, despite or in spite of plus the fact that plus a clause. If you want to keep the clause in your dependent clause, if you want to keep the clause in your dependent clause and also want to use despite or in spite of. So you want to keep the clause in the same sentence and you also want to use despite or in spite of, you can use this formula. There is one way to do this. If we add the fact that after despite or in spite of. So let us look at the example that better to explain you looking at the example. Despite she was hungry. This is a clause. We cannot use clause with despite or in spite of. So we can use the word, we can maintain the same words of clause by adding some extra words. Despite the fact that, despite the fact that she was hungry, Diana didn't eat pizza. So we have maintained the same clause with adding the fact that after despite or in spite of. This is one of the three ways. Example 2, despite he is weak, he can still run a marathon. Despite the fact that he is weak, we have maintained the same clause, he is weak, and we added the fact that. Despite the fact that he is weak, he can still run a marathon. A common confusion, remember despite didn't have of. With despite there is no of after despite, and it is only with in spite of. In spite of, in spite of, these are three words. In spite of, not in spite of or in spite. No, we cannot use them together, in spite together, so it is wrong. Or in spite without of, in spite without of, so all of these are wrong. In spite of is correct. In spite of together plus of is incorrect, and in spite without of is also incorrect. So the correct word is in spite of, separate three words. So with despite we don't use any preposition. So the next is while and whereas. These are two conjunctions to show a strong contrast between ideas or facts. Strong contrast mostly will be used in your essay writing, intro and conclusions. John loves action movies whereas or while his younger brother likes funny movies. And we can, this is in the center. John loves action movies while or whereas his younger brother likes funny movies. We can use them at the start of sentence. While his younger brother likes funny movies, John loves action movies. When it is used at the start of sentence, we mostly use only while, where is not commonly used at the start of sentence. So the number next is a punctuation rule. You can see at in the first sentence when while or whereas is used in the center of sentence, like if or like although. So it is there is no need to put comma to separate two clauses, but here we use comma when while or whereas used at the first part of sentence. We use comma to separate two main classes. Whereas while his younger brother likes funny movies, then comma John loves action movies. So if you are still waiting to subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel, and One moment, please. Subscribe my channel and look at the description box for updates and link to my Facebook groups. Like and comment to encourage me. Share with other students to help them, and subscribe to and press bell icon to get more videos on vocabulary, on grammar, writing, speaking, listening, and reading also. Thank you very much.